Hey, greetings, fellow gamers. This is Coqui-san here. I couldn't get to do. Well, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Yeah, who exactly are you, Coqui-san? So yeah, that's the whole idea of this stream. It's just a hangout stream today. What happened was that I burned out. So I never got a chance to take care of the fish tank for Splatterbomb Lounge, and I didn't get anything set up for, for tonight. And on top of that, I got playtesting tomorrow for Savage Strikers, so I had to deal. I got to deal with this right now. So, and then what ended up happening was that I collapsed. I collapsed and fell asleep. And the reason why that happened was because of last night. Last night, over on my Koki-san Japan stream, over on my Japanese channel, I was up a little longer than I normally would because I was playing Castlevania Circle of the Moon, and I had a very big boss battle. And I was trying to figure out how to how to beat the boss and everything. That took an extra 30 minutes. You could check it out. You could check it out. I mean, the link. Well, I don't know if I should put the link in the descriptions to my own stuff. I don't know. But what I do know, is that I wasn't sure if I would be able to do a stream today. It was like, okay, it's already too late. I'm not gonna do the stream. I gotta work on this, work on Savage Strikers here. And ultimately, I was like, you know what? Let me do this type of stream. Let me do a hangout stream, and hopefully anybody who shows up today, do a little talk. Anybody who stumbles across it, very curious or anything, but yeah, it's a good opportunity to just do a little bit more talking. Because for those of you who might jump into these videos, you'll be like, well, who is this guy? Why is he doing all this? I'm sure there's a lot of inquiring minds who want to know. So I figured, why not? Just go for it. This little, as you probably might have seen the description, got this little thing here in this little box. Are a couple of decks that I built in Yu-Gi-Oh! and Magic. They're my favorite decks, and I'm going to share a little bit of that. I'm going to, as you might have noticed on the bottom right corner, I was thinking of doing, I figured, play a game for you guys if at all possible. So I got Street Fighter Anniversary Edition. Very quick, very easy. Got my background here. I'm just fixing up because this was all last minute. So yeah, you can see the ball top of my fight stick. Here we go. Here's my fight stick. Here we go. Yeah, so you got my fight stick ready. So I figure I'll do a little Street Fighter after I finish taking care of Savage Strikers. So I figure this will be a good opportunity. And let me just tilt this down a little bit. My head might cut off a bit. So I thought this would be a good opportunity then. If I'm not going to do Splatterbomb Lounge, let me do a stream in exchange. And let me do this type of stream in exchange, and get you guys, get some of you viewers to get to know me a little bit, maybe, if you're interested. Excuse me. You'll probably also see my Japanese snacks in the background here. I got my kanji book. Basically, I still haven't I haven't taken much down from my Japanese channel, Japanese live stream. So I'll explain that one in a bit. But right now I need to start getting this ready because I have playtesting sessions tomorrow, tomorrow because it's 11 p.m. So gotta get Savage Strikers ready. So. I know I'm gonna be blocking myself, aren't I? So yeah, it's a crazy little thing. I'm not sure where I want to begin, I guess. So let's see. I guess I'll start with the obvious. Who exactly are you? Well, who am I exactly? Well, I am a human being from the planet Earth. No, I'll be serious. I'll be serious. My name is Henry Michael Brown. That's my full name. I only have one first name. And I am from the United States. I am of the ethnicity of Puerto Rican. Whether you like it or not, I know some of you out there are looking at my skin color. Well, too bad. All right, I was born and I'm gonna die a Puerto Rican, whether you like it or not. Boricua. I just thought I'll let that out of the way. And that's why the flag is back there, because I've spent a hell of a lot of my life since childhood, and even as recently as a couple of years ago, dealing with people who can't seem to grasp the concept of Puerto Rican. Okay. There's 8 million of us, 5 million here on the mainland, 3 million on the island, and I got family everywhere. That's all you need to know in terms of the personal background. I don't want to get too much into the business side of things because I do have business plans, but it's not something you just go out and reveal publicly when you don't have things set. But I am a writer and I am a game designer. And I'm trying to get my first game published. And I have a whole bunch of game designs. They're all tabletop games, mostly card games, but they're tabletop games nonetheless. I tried my hand at being a video game designer. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to. So I turned to, so after spending a few years learning how to be a writer and write novels and such, I went back to game design and jumped into tabletop games. And my first game design happens to be a trading card game. And that's mainly because all I've played in terms of tabletop games were trading card games. I've never really played board games of the likes of, say, Ticket to Ride, Pandemic, that kind of stuff. I was strictly trading card games, which is what you're going to get to see a couple of my decks there. Oh, I should have brought my Pokemon deck. Oh, I'm going to have to bring my Pokemon deck. one of my beautiful things here. But I've been wanting to do a behind the scenes over on my sister channel, my other channel, which is Arcana Magi Universe. It's another one of my brands. Basically, I'm trying to make brands overall. So among those is Splatterbomb Lounge. Well, Splatterbomb, which you've been seeing me do videos of and voicing my characters. It's based on my tabletop game that I'm publisher hunting at the moment, but the logistics are a little bit extreme at the moment. But it's ready. It's ready to go into the hands of developers, and they can deal with like the editorial stuff and such, and maybe improve upon it. But once global events happen and the world decided to just stop living last year, I had a desperation move to make, business-wise, because I could not spend the rest of last year and most of this year not having my games play tested. And I don't even know what was going on with the publishers, quite honestly, because a lot of businesses were collapsing left and right all throughout the country. So I decided to focus on my business side from my end. And that's why this channel exists. Well, this channel's always existed. I built this channel back in 2011 as Studio Coqui, and the whole entire idea of this channel was to demonstrate my tabletop games. And I had videos of my games that I had demonstrated. The problem was that the camera that I used back in 2011 was very old. It was a very old webcam, and I didn't have in the way of this. Well, I was able to pick up a snowball, but ultimately in the end it wasn't, the quality was just terrible, and I had to take that. Well, I kept them up, but I didn't follow through on it because I was I started traveling around a bit with money that I was able to save, so that way I can do business business networking and such. So basically last year After I had published The Impossible Man 2 years ago, before the whole thing happened, the whole global event happened, I jumped into this channel, my Studio Coqui channel, and began to figure out what it is that I wanted to do with this. Let me just move to the side here so you can see my face. And what happened, so I couldn't figure out what to do with it, so I just kept it to the side and focused on trying to push The Impossible Man. The Impossible Man is a strange fantasy novel that I had written back in 2002, and I finally got it on trade paperback after all these years. It's a very big book. I'm not gonna lie, it's a big book, clocking in at a little over 500 pages, 20 chapters, but it's a comedy novel. And I know that comedy right now is a sinful thing, according to the world, for some reason. But I still had it published nevertheless 2 years ago, and I'm very happy to have it on trade paperback. It's available at Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com, and I also put the English language version available at Amazon Japan. You can see the link over here in the chat room if you're interested, or go down into the descriptions. But basically what I did last year when the global event happened was that I decided to jump into here because I got myself a new computer. But the thing is that this computer I'm working on is just bare minimum, because I was supposed to be focusing only on game design and book publishing, book writing. It was never supposed to be to do live streams. I had zero intentions of doing live streams. Maybe I would have done recording videos, but something like live streams and such, playing video games and everything, that was never in the plans. It was never in the plans from the beginning, and I had to make a desperation move because I had to engage in some kind of business for my brands, and so that's when I decided to do live streams. The thing is, though, is that couch gaming has been done to death. I know it's been done to death, and that requires charisma, so to speak. And I don't feel that I have charisma, so to speak. I mean, I know it's probably subjective or something, but personally, I never felt that I had charisma. So me doing couch gaming was not going to help. So, and because I wanted to also push the Splatterbomb brand, because I got these drawings, I got these characters that I drew for the game, I decided to do it the way that I did it. If you've watched the Splatterbomb Lounge, and that's me voicing the characters. So I decided to voice these characters, and I gave them all voices. But it's not really the first time. Handy always had that voice from the beginning when I made promotional videos, when I made my business trips. When I wanted to do displays, I would play a video with Handy in it and the voice that I gave him. So I just brought that over very easily, although it's a little different from what it originally sounded. The fact that I'm voicing 5 characters that I have and 6 different voices, because Roller's got two different voices. That is, it's a daunting task, but let me tell you something, it's fun. I have fun doing it. So, basically, that's what happened, and I made merch out of this. So, yeah, if you go into the descriptions, you'll see that I have them available on Spreadshirt, along with Coqui-san, The Impossible Man, and Arcana Magi. But the thing is that I don't want to get to the business sides regarding Spreadshirt. But the reason why you haven't heard me push it is because I'm not feeling. I don't know. I don't want to get too far into the business side. They've been very good. They've been very good. I mean, they helped cleaned up my the resolution of my characters. They're very good. But I don't want to get too deep in the business side of things. If you're interested in buying them, go right on ahead. Hop to it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not pushing it very hard because I want to do something more unique with my characters beyond the Spreadshirt. One of the things I would love to do is get my characters in print. You see, like I got them in the background here, but a poster print kind of thing. I want to sell poster prints of them. So that's basically. I know I'm awing a lot. I don't know why I keep awing a lot. It's pretty crazy. So over the summer, playtesting has resumed now that people are able to walk the earth once again. Humanity walks the earth. So I began working even harder. That's why you haven't seen many of the videos. As you can see, I'm in my new office. I've been in my office for a couple of months now. So that's why I haven't done videos for Savage Strikers for a couple of reasons. One of those is because it's not so much that dang, I gotta stop umming. It has become a nasty habit. I don't know why I'm umming on you guys. I am so sorry for that. So basically, now that humanity can walk the earth once again, I decided I jumped in on Savage Strikers, and I'm trying to get other properties. I got trying to build up the portfolio, basically the business portfolio, and I'm working on Savage Strikers. So what happened with Savage Strikers is that if you've noticed, if you've been watching the behind the scene videos, the game has been evolving, and this is basically, I'm working on the evolution right now. It's almost complete. It's no longer a deck building game, hence why there aren't any videos yet. I'm not sure what's gonna happen. Sorry, I keep blocking your view here of my face. You'll have to forgive me. But yeah, I've been doing playtesting with this, and it's getting better and better. It's starting to feel more like a fighting game in the form of tabletop. But there's still some little areas, some cogs that need to be refined, some screws and mechanical parts. It's not much. Thankfully, it's not much. But in terms of the base, it's flowing magnificently. It's just a matter of basically it's just a matter of making it interesting. The mechanism's a little bit more interesting, and that's something that just needs to be figured out. Once the decision making becomes interesting, this game is ready to go. I got 12 fighters lined up. I've been updating them periodically, but I'm focusing right now on my baseline fighter, which is Nagisa. Many of you probably might have seen me demonstrate her a little bit, but basically I'm dealing with the baseline fighter because she's like the Ryu. If you know, for those of you who know fighting games, you'll probably understand what I'm talking about with Ryu. Like, she's the starting fighter, the one you learn how to play fighting games with and such. So that's what I'm focusing on, is the baseline fighter, and then after that, where the basic rules are shining and everything. And then after that, there's the other 11 fighters who are going to have unique combat abilities and such, from the heavyweight to the lightweight. So I'm trying to get this done. I'm trying to get this up to speed, because I do have a couple other games that I want to work on. And I want to get a business portfolio set up by January. So Splatterbomb is set. Savage Strikers is almost set. So I got, how many more games do I have to go? I think I got 2 more. I believe I have 2 more to go to get it up to snuff and match with my and start making brandings out of it. So that's the tabletop games in a nutshell. Let's see. So in terms of writing, Magi got delayed. Is delayed. Over on the sister channel, Magi Universe, you'll see it say Coqui-san, Magi Universe. I was doing basically these video books, I guess one could call it, where it's just the chapters of the story done in video form, and you just read through it. I broke them down into pages, timestamp wise, so you could just click on the timestamps. And I had to flip, and they flipped like a page. That was like a nice little feature that the video editor provided. So if you're interested in reading, the first volume is done. I'm on the second volume. to explain Arcana Magi, basically, it's a very long-running series that I started back in 2009. I was posting it over at Fictionot. I do have some links in this channel here if you want to check out the older writings. But I can assure you that Arcana Magi evolved into more of my training because I was focused on game design. And trying to do game design, writing, while a 9-to-5 job was a very daunting task. It was very daunting, very exhausting. So rather than worrying about doing editorial and that stuff for Arcana Magi, I just kind of just first or second drafted and threw it up there and used that as a way of learning writing. Like, try to understand the mechanisms of writing in and of itself rather than treating it as a product to sell. It wasn't there yet. I wasn't at that point yet with Arcana Magi, but I figured, what better way to learn how to write characters, build worlds, understand grammar, than just, first and second drafting, throw it up and see what it looks like. It's a little weird. But once I did my drawing of Asuna Kusanagi, if you go over to Arcana Magi universe, you'll see her. Like, I drew like 3 variations. Well, I did the original drawing, but then I redid the drawing to fix the neck area. And then I expanded on it by giving her 2 other drawings, two various types of drawings. But you'll see. But I decided to just lean in and build a second channel. And the good thing about and I built the second channel up so I could do so I could put the stories up. And this is a legit rewrite. I don't know if I have to rewrite it one more time, but it is a rewrite where I'm cleaning up and expanding on what I have written. I have over, oh man, how many chapters? I completely forgot how many chapters, but I spent 7 years writing Arcana Magi Pure and Arcana Magi Zero, which are both basically in the same universe. So overall, let's see, 7 times 5 chapters, 35, 15 chapters of Arcana Magi Pure. Let's see, 35. It's over 50 chapters. Let me put it this way. It's over 50 chapters, and the story is complete for both Pure and Zero, but because they're separated, I'm kind of merging them in, and I'm adding more material to it in this new draft. So that's what you're looking at. I don't know if I gotta rewrite it again. I don't know if I could be able to do all 50. Well, I'm gonna do it anyway. It was my intention, and I'm committed. But because, again, scheduling is very difficult, because when you're doing what I'm doing here in real life, and real life is your 9-to-5 job and going to school, life priorities, you don't have room. Your time economy is dwindled. And since I'm also doing live streams, both here on this channel and my Japanese channel, I don't have room to write, and that's annoying. That kind of is annoying me, because if this what I'm doing here on the YouTube and writing and game design was my 9-to-5 job, if this was my self-employed 9-to-5 job, I would be a happy camper. The live streams won't be much of a problem. I'll be able to do everything. See, it'll be like one day I'll be writing. I'll spend 8 hours, 9-to-5 writing Arcana Magi and working on my other novels that I got I've been trying to work on. Then I'll be trying to take care of The Impossible Man. Then what I'm saying, like, I would have a more appropriate business schedule to deal with these, and then of course communication with business people and whatnot. So this is tough. This is definitely tough to do. It's not bad. It's not bad. Because let me tell you something. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying going to school, because that's also part of the business side of things. So as you can see, Over my Japanese channel, I speak only Japanese. Well, that's not true. I spoke English. It was bilingual. I tried to speak entirely Japanese on the outset, but eventually I had to go bilingual because I needed to speak English and explain myself because I still hadn't had a vocabulary well established, and it was the early lessons in school, and I also needed to learn to read hiragana at the very least. But what changed up over at my channel, where I'm no longer speaking English, is the fact that I can read hiragana without aid, and it's pretty awesome. I started back in February this channel, which was when I started school. That channel, not this channel, the Japanese channel, when I was in school. So if you want to start from the very beginning, it's a lot of episodes, or at the very least, if you want to see where I was in the first episode and then where I'm at in the current episode, it'll be surprising. But what I basically did was to learn hiragana on the live stream. I read Your Name, Kimi no Nawa, which was in Japanese. It had furigana, which is kanji with hiragana text on top. For those of you who are into anime, and you might have noticed the hiragana on top of the kanji, that's called furigana. So the novel has that. I don't have it with me, but basically I took advantage of that. I put the hiragana chart there, and I just kept reading and reading and reading until it drilled in my head. And in the early episodes of the show, which is called Koki-san and Hiragana, my apologies, the show's called Koki-san and Hiragana. It's the only show on that channel. There's no other type of show. But in the early stages, I was playing Hiragana Pixel Party, which you could get on the Switch. It's available on the Switch eShop, and it was actually pretty helpful, because between that and reading the book and going to school, it really expedited my ability to read hiragana. It wasn't until I stopped doing that, I think last month. I stopped using the hiragana chart. So February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So about 6 months. I would say 6-7 months. It took me 6-7 months to get a handle of hiragana. And reading it without aid, and so now I'm reading Weathering with You on the show, and I decided to stop using the hiragana chart and stop speaking English, especially now that I'm got past the hard part of the grammar early this year, and it was very hard. So I'm not my speaking is not spectacular, but I gotta get it all drilled into my head. But the thing is, I gotta also communicate with someone who speaks Japanese and can help me develop my ability to speak Japanese. That's pretty much where I'm at now, and that's a hard one. That's a hard one here in the United States. I'm hoping one day I can get to go to Japan and I can be able to speak Japanese and have somebody who can, there's plenty of people who speak Japanese in Japan, but somebody who's willing to talk with me and help me really build my language and literacy. And that's the other key thing, is the literacy part. I'm trying to get literate. I'm trying to be literate, so that way I could translate some of these games of mine and maybe even write a story in Japanese. So kanji is another big thing. So basically, where I'm at now in Koki-san and hiragana is that I'm not speaking English anymore. I'm reading Weathering with You, and I'm playing Castlevania Circle of the Moon. The best thing that happened was Castlevania Advanced Collection, because I'm very limited with Japanese language video games at the moment. So when Konami released that and offered the Japanese language version, it was perfect, and it worked to my and talk about luck, because Castlevania Circle of the Moon has a lot of katakana. Katakana is basically foreign words, which is in Japanese text, and that's where I'm learning now. And well, basically the novels, even though Weathering with You has katakana, a lot of katakana, I need more katakana. It's not enough. and thankfully Circle of the Moon is providing that. And I also have Hiragana Pixel Party, which has katakana. You know, they teach you katakana, but I wanted to start getting more immersive with Japanese. So that's why I picked Castlevania Circle of the Moon, because that way I would have to go through Japanese menu, which means I have to read, you know, Japanese to navigate the menus. And what better way, you know, to learn Japanese than to navigate a video game user interface. And unfortunately, it doesn't have furigana to go with the kanji. And I found, at first I was disappointed, but then I was like, hold on a second, this is a chance here. A great way to try and learn kanji. And I've been picking up along the way. You know, we're learning basic. You know, we're learning the simple, the easy kanji in school. But eventually, I gotta be able to read kanji, and I'm just expediting, despite what's being learned at school. I try not to get ahead either, because there's a whole lot of speech and conjugation and inflections and such. But it's been pretty fun. You'll probably see me see how I react when I figure out a kanji. It is really hard. I hands down, kanji is hard. I thought hiragana was going to be hard, but it actually, you know, if you do like I did, the way that I did it, it's not hard. You know what I'm saying? It's just all about the repetition and just looking at the hiragana chart and just speaking out loud. That's all you gotta do, is just speak it out loud, and it gets into your head. I think the first time when I read hiragana without any problems was at this ramen restaurant. They had they had the whole aesthetic of Japan, being in Japan, and they had the menus written in Japanese along the walls. So I saw it was mostly in hiragana, and before I knew it, my brain just clicked, and I was reading it, and my whole brain was so happy. You want to talk about a morale boost? That was. And I didn't have my hiragana chart on me or anything. I just looked at it and I figured out what it was saying, just on glance. And when you want to talk about feeling encouraged and having a morale boost, that was it. And I just kept trucking along. So, you know, it was just a remarkable feeling, you know, knowing that you're able to read another language without aid. And unfortunately, I'm just 1/3 of the way through. I'm not sure where I'm at right now in katakana, how I feel, because there's so many foreign words being used in Japanese text. And the crazy thing about it is, what I learned about katakana is that I thought on the outset that it was just English words, and that's primarily because, you know, the U.S. has military presence there and such, and a big influence since the World War II. But it turns out that a lot of common terms are also from other languages, not just English. And one of the things that I learned was the word aribaito. And I never heard that word before. I'm like, what is that word in English? And then I found out it's German. It's a German word for part-time. And my jaw dropped. I was like, wait a second. How is this possible? You know, and that's when I found out that it's not just English that gets translated to katakana. Every language gets translated into katakana. It's not just English. And there are some words that are from other languages that are commonly used, like arabaito. And I was very, very shocked, because now, for one who only knows a little bit of Spanish and English, I'm dealing with a system that uses every known language on Earth. And I don't know every single language on Earth. It was pretty mind blowing. it's pretty mind blowing, quite honestly, and I find that to be real fun, real fun now, even more so. Although honestly, I'm of the opinion that Dutch should have been katakana, since the Dutch were the ones historically had the most interaction out of all the countries, due to the Tokugawa shogunate locking out the country and only allowing the Dutch to break bread with them. You know, I really felt that Dutch should have been one. But man, speaking Japanese is awesome. And so now I'm, watching anime on Crunchyroll without subtitles on, to add more to the immersion, so that way I can listen to how people. Well, I wouldn't say. Well, being that the anime characters, a little bit, they're a little bit flowery, but it's just getting used to hearing Japanese more so, because ultimately in the end, how I'm gonna sound and speak is going to be very, very different and very unique from everything else, from what I think of. I mean, I haven't exactly played back the videos to hear how I sound. I feel a little squeamish about doing that. But basically, I need to start getting more and more immersive. So I'm trying to double down and double the effort. So, I've been watching some select shows. Well, I'm only watching one show right now, but I'm trying to figure out what other shows I could watch. I'm trying to avoid the more heavy shows, like say 86 or Gundam. Shows where they use made up words, where they use make up words. I guess. Well, that's not true because, but they pretty much, most of them pretty much do. But my point is that I'm trying to watch anime that doesn't use heavy words that I could really pick up on right now, and I can, and not only that, but can speak clear. That can really speak clear and not speak too fast. That's the other problem, is speaking too fast. And I should know, because we Puerto Ricans, we speak very, very fast in Spanish. Like nobody knows what the hell we're talking about. And Japanese got the same thing too. I'm trying to make sure that I listen now. No subtitles, because the subtitles are a distraction. Because I'm reading the subtitles, I don't want to read the subtitles. I want to hear what they say. Try and pick up a word or two that I've learned, and most importantly, hear the words coming out of the characters' mouths in the voices, and start getting used to that. It's baby steps basically. It's kind of like being a baby again. How babies, they hear the words over and over again, and if you speak nice and clear to the baby, they start picking up the words and then they start repeating it. That's that kind of thing. That's that kind of thing. So, my nose has been very itchy. I apologize for looking like a doofus scratching this nose. Or in the case of the Life of Brian, stop picking your nose. I'm not picking my nose, Mom. I'm scratching it. Oh, would you please shut up? I'm trying to listen over here. Life of Brian. That's a good movie there. That's a good movie. The theme song. The Life of Brian. That one verse. He has eyes and legs and feet and a nose. It's like, what? But my favorite joke from the Monty Python movies is actually in the Holy Grail, when they did the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch. Now you probably think, oh, it's the Holy Grail, the counting. No. It's when they read from the Book of Armaments. If you've read the Bible, if you read the Bible, you'll notice that a lot of the stories. Man, what is with my nose? I apologize for this. I'm being so So Brian right now. If you've read the Bible, especially in the Old Testament, you'll notice that they always do these crazy lists. They'd be like, and the cows and the goat and the sheep, and I really laughed when they were reading that part. Nobody really catches that unless you read the Bible, and it was just hilarious hearing it. They're like, and the antelope and the elk and and the lemur. I was like, oh my gosh, they went there. Oh man, that hands down is my favorite joke, because it is so true. The Bible really loves to list out its animals. It really loves to list out the animals and everything else. Always a list. Always a list. Let's see. So yeah, over on my Japan channel, going back to my Japanese channel, I'm now playing Circle of the Moon. So I split it into 2 segments, and I timestamp them now. I timestamp them so that way you could jump to any segment. If you want to hear me read Weathering with You, you could stick around on the beginning. But if you want to just want to see me play Castlevania Circle of the Moon and hear me freak out in Japanese and discover kanji, you could jump over to that segment, and just watch me progress even further along here. I'm not sure how long I'm going to keep the title, though, Koki-san and Hiragana, because I've already succeeded the Hiragana, which was the whole point of the title. But I guess it's just sweet sounding. I don't know. Now, so that little avatar there, I figured, let me talk about that little avatar. I don't know how I made it. I don't know why I created that little avatar you see there, Koki-san. He didn't even have a name in the outset. I just called him Koki-san because I wanted to, tap into my Puerto Rican heritage and bring together, and then use san, which is Mr. or Miss in Japanese. I guess. Well, that's not even true. I wouldn't say that's not even true. Well, no, I don't know why I built him. I just built him out of nowhere. Oh no, that's right. See, I created him for the promotional videos. Now I remember. I built him for the promotional videos when I was trying to demonstrate Splatterbomb Lounge. Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I believe that's why I did that. But he didn't have a name. And so the reason why I named him Koki-san has to do primarily with what happened with The Impossible Man. And basically all my novels. It all boils down to my novels. And you can also see, I've done videos over on my Arcana Magi Universe channel on how, Japan and anime influenced my works. Games like Lunar, Sailor Moon, Magic Knight Rare, so on. But Japan is basically a major influence on a lot of my brands and writings and such. So if you want to call me a weeb, go ahead. I don't care. I don't really care. I'm here conducting business. If you want to call me a big weeb, go ahead. I don't care. I don't care, because if you're really interested in my stuff, you're gonna buy it, and I'll be happy for your money. I have no shame in saying that, because I am conducting business here, and when you're conducting business, it's all about making money, making profit, and I'm not ashamed to say that. I appreciate your support, your customership. I don't want to say consumership. That's such a weird word. Consumer, consuming, but you're gonna eat the card. Consumer. I know that's not what consume really means, but it just seems so uncanny to say that. But no, I do appreciate having your customership, and if you want to build a fandom, I welcome that. I appreciate you building a fandom. It's a very fun thing. You know what I'm saying, that I've seen, and so what happened is that I had been strangely enough, gosh, I'm sorry. My nose has been itchy. I have no idea what's going on. I am so gross right now. But anyway, to get back to the subject, Japan is a major influence, and I was studying Japanese for the past 20 years. I signed up with Japan Society, which is an organization that cultural organization in New York City, and I've been attending their events whenever I can. Well, not right now because the whole event, but on the outset when I was writing, doing the first drafts of The Impossible Man and a couple other novels. This was before Arcana Magi happened, and I got to jump into tabletop games. So I was completely immersed in Japan. I was going to the cherry blossom festivals in New York. I was going to whatever event Japan Society. I even went to school at that time in the early 2000s at Japan Society to learn Japanese. Unfortunately, I couldn't keep up with it on the outset. Not like now where I can keep up with it. And that's this was due to personal things. So I stayed on top of it. I watched anime, looked into as much culture as I could, make as many notes as I could in Japanese culture, whatever I could learn at the Cherry Blossom Festival, like the tea ceremony and such, or like Hello Kitty and so on. I did everything I could, and basically what happened was. And I tried to explain this, especially over on my Japanese channel, because I'm trying to get people in Japan to, those who are interested, to understand where I'm coming from and why this is happening. But basically, in my researches of Japan, I found out that in Puerto Rico, on the island itself, and you can read my press release. It should still be there. It's in the descriptions. But basically, I'm trying to explain that the reason why I am knee-deep in Japan is because there was this musical group in Puerto Rico called Orquesta de la Luz. They're Japanese, not a single Puerto Rican among them. And they went to Puerto Rico. From what I understand, they went to Puerto Rico and they did salsa music, Latino music, for Puerto Rico, and they had our flag and everything, like they did it under our flag, and they charted in the local radio stations in Puerto Rico, and they made a name of themselves and became a little big at that time. I believe they released two albums, and the songs are pretty good. They're pretty good. They did a pretty good job, singing Spanish and everything. So between that and this little anime called Excel Saga, where I actually saw a character called Pedro. He was the first Latino character I saw. That bolstered my interest into Japan and the Japanese language and culture and so on. My feeling was that if Japanese are willing to, these Japanese artists are willing to learn about my people and our culture, why not I reciprocate that and tap into their culture? It's a culture exchange. Commit to a cultural exchange. Okay, and try and saying, and just I don't want to sound ideal. I'm probably gonna sound naive and idealistic, but at least add a little something to the world that would be positive and allow us to move forward past all the horrors and atrocities that history has displayed. And it's been hard. It's an arduous track because one of the key things is that I got to learn Japanese. Orquesta de la Luz went out their way to learn Spanish to do their salsa albums. There's no reason for me to not learn Japanese and bring my products like The Impossible Man and Savage Strikers over there. There's no excuse, and I've been striving hard to learn the culture, to understand the meanings behind some of the cultures, aspects of their culture, like it just gets more and more remarkable the more I learn. And I'm not gonna be able to learn everything Japan. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to get a whole handle down on the language. Well, not the language, the history, or understand the current political environment that Japan is in. I don't think I'm going to ever achieve that level. Even if I move to Japan, if I ever decide to move to Japan, or if I succeed in doing business in Japan, I'm still going to be on the outside looking in. I'm sure maybe one day I'll accomplish that and be more on the inside. I don't know, but the key factor is to just create products for Japanese that they will enjoy. I don't want to try to be careful not to be too heavy-handed or anything. Just be natural. Say I'm trying to be natural with my creations. Have Puerto Rican characters and Japanese characters interacting with each other and being friends, or being good guys, or being teammates, or be villain versus enemy. Just tell a story. Say I don't need to push any crazy ideological thing. Just have two just have a Puerto Rican character and a Japanese character, be friends, and just do their thing, and that's it. Go on an adventure or something. But that's all. You know what I'm saying? And if it draws interest from Japanese, to want to know more about Puerto Rico, then that's great. That's great. If they love the Puerto Rican characters and they just want to just enjoy the characters for what they are, that's great. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not Professor X. I can't see into the future. I don't know what's gonna happen. I can only do what is present with me, and just do the best that I can. To really give Japan a good product that they will enjoy. That's all. That's all. I don't need to go any extra steps or anything. It's ridiculous to go any extra steps, and that's where the Impossible Man comes in. Unfortunately, I'm trying to find translators who could translate it into Japanese, because it's a very big book and there's a lot of wording. There's a lot of wording in there. And I need someone professional to translate that into Japanese, so I could get it into Japanese hands. Because this book, really, for me personally, is a very important book, because this was basically all of my research rolled up into that one book, to show the Japanese that that I do what I have learned of their culture, and try to build trust, because that's the one thing that I need to build with Japanese. With Japanese fans, Japanese viewers, Japanese readers, is trust, that I can be able to, showcase their culture without being demeaning or disrespectful. And this is where XL Saga comes in, actually. So this is where XL Saga comes in, and why the character Pedro means a lot. I'm still been looking through my magazines, like my New Type magazines, Animerica magazines, something, but I know somewhere I read an article regarding XL Saga, and I don't know if it was Koshirito himself, or if it was Watanabe, the director, where it was addressed regarding Pedro, and why it was that they created him the way they created him. And one of them said that they wanted the character, Pedro, they wanted a Hispanic character, but they didn't want to be insulting. That was the key thing. They said they didn't want to be insulting, and that really tapped into my heart there, because they wanted to really bring us into the whole thing. I know there's a lot of people who complain about the whole inclusion thing. I've seen articles, I've seen videos, and people complain about this diversity, inclusion, virtual signaling. But the thing is that there is a kernel of truth behind the swamped ideology of what they're saying. Their ideology kind of overshadows that kernel of truth, that some characters do actually, who are of the same ethnicity, or the same gender, or the same skin color, can have an influence on a person. There is a kernel of truth to that, And Exo Saga, I can tell you, is proof of that, because when I saw Pedro, that really, as a Hispanic, as a Latino, got me more interested in Japan, because they showed this level of respect that they didn't want Pedro to come off disrespectful to us, and that with Orquesta de la Luz wanting to do salsa music in Puerto Rico, it's like how can I not feel inspired? So there is a kernel of truth. I just think that they get a little overblown with the whole representation ideology, but it's not impossible. But let me put it this way. It's also not impossible for people of who are of different ethnicities or different races to not be influencing from each other. And I'll give you a perfect example. Okay, now as I've told you earlier, I've dealt with a lot of prejudice and racism. Well, did I mention that? Well, yeah, I think I said that in a glance. But let me just put it this way. Episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where Carlton was being called a sellout because his family's wealthy, and he sounded, he speaks educated, or, I don't know what the stereotype is they were going with. But because he didn't act a certain way within his community, I felt that, because that's the same issue that I have with my fellow Puerto Ricans. I don't know much Spanish. You can hear how I speak. I'm not speaking with a Yo Holmes accent, some thick accent or any of the stereotypes. And I'm of the and we come in 7 colors of the rainbow skin wise, and so I'm on this side here. Well, while relatives in my family are on the other side of the color scheme. But we're all Puerto Ricans the same, and we all love each other, and but the problem is that since my name is not in Spanish, Henry Michael Brown should really be Enrique Miguel Moreno, or if you want to go longer, really traditional traditional Boricua, Enrique Miguel Vicente Moreno. But because my name is more anglicized, people don't see that. They don't see the Puerto Rican in me, no matter how many times I say that. And my Spanish is very limited. It's very little. But when I saw that episode where Carlton had to confront this fraternity guy, calling him a sellout because Carlton is the way he is, I felt that, because that I confront that with my own people. It's like they say, "Oh, you're not Puerto Rican." I was like, "Excuse me, you're white as rice, just like me. Who the hell are you? Like, who do you think we are as a people?" And I'm going into an area that I don't want to really go into. That I don't want to go into because controversy, but because people take that controversially. But the point I'm trying to say is that there is a modicum of truth that the media can have an impact on a person's life, that it can be influential. I think that the methodology that people are going about it right now is heavy-handed, overwhelming, and very generalized. It's not helping. And I think it's very detrimental, especially for us, for us Puerto Ricans and Hispanics, Latinos, also Asians or Blacks, Africans, every ethnicity, Native Americans, every ethnicity, because the well-intentioned, I guess I would say the well-intentioned are not realizing that they're doing a little bit more harm than good. And they're not realizing that because I don't know. I don't know what it is. I mean, I could chalk it up to maybe it's the ego, that they want that pat in the head. I don't know honestly, but I'm not in their heads or anything. But what I do know from what I'm seeing by their actions, the execution of their actions, it's very counterintuitive, and it's not helping us minorities in any way, shape, or form. Especially those of us like myself who experience racism, prejudice of a different caliber, where where our ethnicity, my ethnicity, is invalidated because of my skin color. So, so yeah. you could sit there and say, oh, you could fight back and everything. You know, I could fight back my own way. And this is the way I'm doing it. By learning Japanese culture, learning to speak Japanese, and sell my products to the Japanese, and hopefully, you know, pique their interest in Puerto Rican culture and maybe Spanish and so on. So that's why I'm hoping that I can contribute to the world and bring and at least move this, move humanity an inch closer. And like I said, you could call it idealistic, naive, or something. That's fine. You know, that's fine. But I want to at least put that effort in, this contribution to this insane world. You know what I'm saying? Just do my part as best as I can. I don't need to run around and scream in Twitter or scream in people's faces or whatnot. That doesn't help. It's just it's anger begetting anger. It's anger begetting anger. You know? Well, anyway, let me get out of this subject quickly. Let me get out of this subject very quickly. But yeah, if you're wondering why that flag is up there, that's why it's up there, because I am getting tired of the prejudice and racism I'm facing. So now let me close that out on that, and let me get to a whole nother subject here. Let's see, what do I want to deal with? I still got more pages to go. Oh my gosh, man. This, you know why? Because the thing about Savage Strikers is that there's 60 card decks now, 60, and they're character decks rather than a deck building game. I pulled away from the deck building game because I was able to solve the rock, paper, scissors mechanic that games like Yomi and fighting games like Yomi and Combo Fighter have implemented. And I actually like this little system. And what's great about this system is that it's very short and straightforward. It's very short. It's very easy. It's a very easy system. I don't want to explain it just yet because it's not there yet. Like I said, I still have to deal with making the decision making interesting. And once I figure that out, then I'll probably then I should be able to display it. But there's no more deck building involved. I cut that out. So now it's just character decks, character specific decks. And it's a total of 60. A lot of the cards and actions are reflective of what you would see in the arcades with the medium, with light attack, medium attack, heavy attack. I'm basing it off on the more anime games that just only have light, like the Axis games or the like Blaze Blue or, well, no, not Blaze Blue. Well, Tatsunoko versus Capcom, because it has the light attack, medium attack, heavy attack buttons, as well as the fourth button. Same goes with Arcana Heart. So games like that is what I'm basing the mechanic schemes on. So the reason why I went to 60 cards is because it reflects that. So you got light attack, medium attack, heavy attack, but you also have special attacks that are light, medium, heavy. So that's the direction that it's going now, and it's working. It is working very well. And the funny thing about it is that the core mechanisms are still intact. Most of the core mechanisms are still intact, or at least a key core mechanism, which is the arrows. If you've seen the videos, the arrows play a key role. So they're still front and center. However, I had to chuck out the mathematical formula for damage input, and that became the hard part because I couldn't figure out what the criteria was for assigning damage to the characters. So I had to figure, and trust me, I went up and down shoryuken.com, and that was a big feat in of itself. Trying to figure out if there was a formula. What was the criteria? Like, why this amount of damage? Why did light attack gets to have 3 damage and heavy attack gets 9 damage? That's what I was trying to figure out and understand. So that way I can assign it to these fighters, because this is 12 fighters we're talking about, and it's going to be one heck of a play testing to try and get all 12 fighters settled in. Then one of the most amazing things happened a few months ago. Let me just make sure I get the name right. Um, what was the name of it? The Fighting Game Glossary by Infield.net. That came out of left field. I didn't even know they built that back in May. But that's because I was still in transition between office, between locations. But this website has every form of terminology in fighting games imaginable. Not just only from within, not just the game mechanisms within the games themselves, but also with the fighting game community terminology, their lingo. And they were all present and accounted for, and that actually made it easy for me to implement them into Savage Strikers. So what you will expect when you play the card game Savage Strikers, you're going to get to see wall bouncing, canceling. What else did I tossed in there? I tossed in poke, reversal, sweep, target combos. They're pretty much all going in there. They're pretty much getting in there. I still gotta figure out wall bounce though, because I have the right idea, but I think but I'm having an issue with the super meter. The super meter. Many of you noticed, probably may have seen. Well, for those of you who watch the videos, there was this. I got the Savage cards, which is supposed to be the hyper combos. I expanded on that and added in the equivalent of EX, as well as a secondary hyper combo, super combo. But I had these little tokens made. They may look familiar to you, but this is like a super meter. So I expanded on this with the super meter. So the let me find perfect. Here. So here we go. Let me just do this real quickly. Let me cut this up real quickly because it's hanging loose here. Here we go. So I don't know if you'll notice it given the way this is, but I added in another color for the arrows. Now the arrows were black and red. Black are normal arrows and red are ender arrows. And then I have blue arrows, which are the super arrows, and that's the super meter basically. That's your super meter, your combo meter that you see in a lot of fighting games now, the standard. And you collect these tokens. Yeah, let me just cut this up so I can make this a little easier. So you can see this blue icon here on the right side of this damage here. This will net you this blue token, and then you spend the tokens to play the blue arrows. So basically, the type is called Fury. Its equivalent is EX. So so Fury Dragon Raid does a lot more damage and extra little nuggets. But that's basically how far this is where this game is at. Like, I'm actually able to implement the terminologies from fighting games and turning it into card effects. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of like multi-hit. I can't really pull off multi-hit the way that I wanted to pull off multi-hit, honestly. So, so there are some loose liberties that's going to have to be taken. There's some loose liberties that's going to have to be taken in order for this to work. In order for this to work. So it's not going to be 100%, but then again, neither is Smash Brothers. But most definitely, the familiarity, the air of familiarity that you see in fighting games, you're gonna find it in card form, and it's all thanks to that glossary, that website glossary. I highly recommend that, especially those who are looking to get into fighting games. So once I'm done here, I'm gonna show off my Magic cards as planned. I don't really care how long this stream takes. I just want to get this all settled down for the playtest, and then I'll show you my Magic deck and Yu-Gi-Oh deck. And then after that, I'm gonna jump into Street Fighter since I already have it up and it's sitting there. Honestly, I should have set that up to show to let it run the background. That's all right. Actually, I didn't know which Street Fighter game. Maybe Super Street Fighter. I don't know what I'm gonna play, but that's why I haven't. maybe alpha. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But yeah. So it's wow. I think I've ran out of things to say. Well, I probably have a lot of things to say. I said a lot of things, didn't I? All in 1 hour. And then I gotta sleeve these up, just to add to that. But yeah. Early this for the past couple of days, I've been screwing around with my Magic deck. It's a very old deck. I have not touched the Magic the Gathering in 15 years. I think it's like 2008 was the last time I touched Magic. 2008, 2009. So it's been that long, and I was like, I found my old deck, and I was like, let me take a look at this. Let me take a look at all the cards that I've got to date. Just fool around with it, with the deck building and such. So, so we'll see what So I started, tweaking around, and so I figured, let me show it off. I'll show that off, and I also want to show you one of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh decks that I built. It's not spectacular or anything, but it's quirky. It's a quirky deck. And, it won me a couple of matches, but I wouldn't say it's tournament viable. Maybe next time if I do something like this, I'll bring my Pokemon deck, and which you will then learn the origin of why I'm here. That's an origin story for another day. Pokemon, the trading card game. 2 more pages. We're almost done. Then I gotta sleep up because I gotta leave early in the morning and playtest this. I'm hoping that with this playtest I could then focus on blocking your field of vision. I'm hoping that when this playtest will allow me to move forward and start focusing on the fighters, so I can start updating them and get them, at least just get them to a certain point, and then I could jump into the next game, the next tabletop game. Because I do want to get this all set by January. I'm doing lots and lots of research on a lot of things, so I could build I need to figure out how to build a business portfolio. Honestly, I don't even know what a portfolio is. I don't even know if I even have a portfolio. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I keep looking up portfolios, and the internet. You would think that with the internet, the way it is, it would really give me enough information regarding portfolios, and it really doesn't. I don't see any examples or anything, to work off of. So it kind of POs me. Yeah, I'm pissed off because I'm disappointed on the internet, because I do want to set up a business portfolio. I got all these. I got merch. I got the theme songs, Peanut Butter Jelly. I got published novel. You know what I'm saying? I got all this stuff going on here, and I have no idea how to start, how to build that business portfolio. And yeah, it doesn't. The business side of things, it's not spectacular, but the point is that I got it out there, and there's activity going on. And so I just want my portfolio to just display that there's some level of activity. As soon as I could get to certain spots that I want to get to, certain milestones, I'm hoping that that I could be able to take the next steps and advance forward. So, all right, where are we at? We're at the 113 mark, huh? We're at the 113 mark and almost there. Yeah, that's the tough part. That's the tough part with when you're building up 100 and when you're trying to cut out 180 cards. Well, 182 because I gotta include the character cards themselves. Yeah, I'm going in a little silent mode. Yeah. Here we go. One more page to go. Almost there, almost there. I'm gonna be a little bit boring at this point. I want to try and hurry up, not stall out too much. I don't know. I mean, that was a lot. I didn't realize. Yeah, that's how much I got a lot to say. So, you know, let's see here. Yeah, logically speaking, I should be on social media, you know, putting up the links on there. Now, I was on Twitter when I was dealing with Arcana Magi. I don't know what happened. Because I was adding Fictionaut. You know, I was adding Fictionaut, and I was getting a lot of views. If you were to go to Fictionaut right now, you'll see that I got over 500. No, I'm at 700. The lowest number I think is 500 views at this point. In terms of the chapters over at Arcana Magi universe over on fictionaut.com. Like I said, there's links on my channel. I just don't have them up. But you know, if you're willing to see, want to see and well, what I've been training on, go on ahead. But the final story and product is not going to be that at this point. Changes are happening. So where am I? What was I thinking? Yeah, I was on Twitter, but the minute the traffic stopped, I guess Fictionaut did something. I don't know. I didn't see any need to continue further. I didn't have all of this set up yet. I didn't even have The Impossible Man published. But yeah, Twitter really has not become a good place. I interacted with nobody straight up. I just post my links up and move on. That's it. But it just, I just no longer felt comfortable being in Twitter because of the people who are occupying it right now. And I don't want no trouble. I mean, look, I know there's going to be controversy. Somebody's going to find something controversial with my works no matter what. But that's not the trouble I'm talking about. I'm talking about the trouble where people who know nothing about me and refuse to know anything about me, but will assume they know everything about me, these strangers, and will try to attempt to attack my character and such. Twitter has become that. I've seen what they've done, well, not really seen. I saw nothing. But I've heard the stories, I've read the stories, and I've read the stories of, creators being attacked by random people and everything, and I don't want that. I really don't want that. Even if I do return just to post links up, post these links up, it's not going to shield me properly. They're still just going to come out of the woodwork, and I just don't want that. Those types of people, if they, it's like I don't have a problem interacting with people who want to be fans of my work. I don't have a problem with that, but what I don't want is to, I guess one could say I want to keep the line drawn. Like, I'll shake your hand, I'll take a picture with you. If you want to be a fan of my work, you want to shake my hand, say you love my work and everything, and, go to, say, a convention panel. Hey, no problem. I'll do Q&A sessions with all y'all and everything. What I don't want to do on Twitter and get caught is being personal. And if you notice, I haven't mentioned anything about my personal life, my most personal stuff. That's nobody's business but my own and my own family's. And that's the line that I'm drawing at. Everything for me is business. It's all business talk. I'm not here to make friends, with any of you. I'm sorry that you have to hear that, but yes, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make fans, not friends. And I don't want any of you to think that if I'm responding back, or I'm giving you a heart, or if I thank you, that it automatically means we're friends. No, we're not friends. You're my fan. You are my fan. I welcome your fandom, your fanship, and I hope that I entertained you. I hope that I have successfully put a smile on your face and you feel entertained and such with my products. So that, there we go. I can move this to the side here. But my point is that I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to do business. And yes, I am here to make money first and foremost, because and you're the ones that's going to be giving me your money. So I'm trying to so I got to put in the best effort to deliver the best product. The best product that you expect. Saying for the money you pay, and the key factor is that well, you see, because that's the thing. That's the problem with social media. Everybody automatically thinks they're a friend because somebody hit a like button or hit a subscribe button, and no, that's not. I'm sorry. I'm trying to clean up here now that I'm done. It's not the way it really works, because, well, that's not the way life works, really. We can't hide behind, we can't just hide behind screen names and whatnot. I'll do the sleeving later. I want to get in on this here. But, yeah, social media, the way it was is not what it is now. And it feels like everybody is just too personal. Too many people are giving out too much personal information that's nobody's business. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's being misunderstood or misused misunderstood. No, I wouldn't say misused. More like misunderstood. That it's just everything is all misunderstandings, and nobody's taking the time to take a step back, take a deep breath, and look at the totality of the situation. It's just vitriol now. Every response is just anger, and nothing but anger, and that's all I see is anger, and that's all I hear from people is that there's just nothing but anger in Twitter. And yeah, I don't want anything to do with that. I want nothing to do with that. My mission, my job, well, I shouldn't say mission. Should not say mission. My job, I'm in the business, okay, to put out these products, characters like Coqui-san, Splatterbomb, The Impossible Man, and just put smiles on your faces. Entertain. That's it. That's all I'm looking to do, is just entertain. I'm not looking for anything else. Okay? That's my top priority. That is, above all else, top priority is to entertain and put smile on your faces. And if you see metaphors or allegories or political things hidden inside my works, hey, more power to you. You know what I'm saying? It's not my intent. I could tell you that much. It is not my intent. But don't misconstrue what I'm writing and trying to say it's X, Y, Z because you say so. Don't even do that to me. Don't do that to my work. My first and foremost mission is to entertain, and all the other nuances and metaphors and such. We can talk about it. We can communicate. You and me, we can communicate about that. But don't think that because I communicate and talk to you about my work, that automatically means we're best friends or we're automatically enemies of the enemies. That's a very bad mentality to go with. And it's a terrible mentality, really. Take of that what you will. But that's how I feel about Twitter and Facebook and social media at this moment. It's just nothing but angry people. They just default anger. There's no happiness. There's no joy anymore, and it's hurting the world. It's hurting the world, and that's just a shame. It's a shame that anger and hatred is default now, for whatever reason. It doesn't matter what it doesn't matter if it's well intentioned or you're an enemy of the state. you just automatically defaulting to anger. It doesn't matter if you're trying to help people or not. You're defaulting to anger, and I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want my works to have anything to do with it. You understand? You get what I'm saying? I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want my works to have anything to do with it. If you're not gonna be a happy person and appreciate the things in life and just be angry and angry and angry and angry, yeah, keep me, stay away from me. Stay away from me. Stay away from my work. Stay away from my readers, viewers, fans. Stay away from them. Okay, because they just want to have fun and enjoy life. Saying they want, my viewers, my fans, readers, whoever they may be that picks up on my products, my brands, just wants to have fun, enjoy, be happy, and that's all I want from them. And your money. And your money. Like I said, I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not afraid to say it. This is a business, and I am here to make money and make a living. But my first and foremost priority is to make sure that my products put a smile on your faces. That is an undeniable fact, and I'm hoping that I could deliver on it very well with all of you. So now, like I said, I'm gonna sleeve the cards later. I could always do that. At the playtest, at the playtest sessions. I want to show you my Magic deck. So I started Magic at around the time where Mirage was transitioning into, I believe, the Weatherlight. I think the Weatherlight was the next game. So let's just say the Weatherlight with Mirage and Visions. That's where I first started Magic the Gathering. I stopped around, what was it, Kamigawa? Yeah, I was kind of in and out. Like I skipped the Urza saga, the whole Urza block. Came in for Kamigawa because I was very interested since they were tapping into Japan. Just to see what it was like, play a little bit. I was picking, I picked here and there. So the last one here, the symbol says M10. I can't even remember this. I guess this was 10th anniversary or something. I can't remember it in terms of the symbol. That was the last time I actually physically bought Magic cards. And then that was it. So it's been well over 10 years. So yeah, let me put it this way: I'm still using these type of lands where they say where they have the tap symbol and say add green to your mana pool. That's how old my cards are at this point. So this is the first deck that I built. Well, I wouldn't say built, taught to me. This was taught to me from Magic players, from a couple of Magic players. I was completely new to Magic. I had no idea how to play Magic, no idea on the concepts or the mechanisms or anything. And I was just building random decks. My very first trading card game, just to give context, my very first trading card game was Star Wars, the customizable card game from Decipher. That was my first trading card game, and I had no idea how to play that. Not even my colleague could figure it out. It took me a while to figure out. Well, because the way that they write it, it's like they don't explain how turn structure operates. I don't know. Everybody admitted that it was complicated the way they were explaining it before. Wizard of the Coast simplified it, and that became the universal structure for many trading card games. But the point is that I didn't know what I was doing. I had no idea what I was doing, and so I was taught this one combination. This one combination, which I to at least get me started in playing the game, and it allowed me to understand deck building and so on. And that is the Quirion Ranger, Llanowar Elves, and Winter Orb combo. It's straight up green Stompy or green Weenie, depending on how you want to do it. But it's the Elf Orb combo basically. And the way it works is, for those of you who might not be too familiar, here's how it works. You got Llanowar Elf, Winter Orb, here's Quirion Ranger, and then you get one Forest. So you need these 4 cards to make this work. And the whole entire idea is that you just only have to, you get to tap 4 mana for 4 mana out of 1 land, so to speak. And that's accomplished with the Llanowar Elves. The Llanowar Elves, their ability, they're 1/1 elf creature. And their ability is you tap the elf, and you get 1 green mana added to your mana pool. Play this ability as a mana source kind of thing. So if you were to play with the forest, which also gives you green mana, you get 2 mana. So the whole entire objective is that the Korean Ranger, this elf's ability is you return a forest you control to owner's hand, and you untap target creature. And you only use this ability once per turn, though. So what it is that you would play after you play forest, and then you summon the Llanowar elves and the ranger, and the Korean Ranger. What you do is you tap your land. You gotta wait until the next turn in order to pull this off, because you can only drop 1 land per turn. So the way you pull this off is you tap the forest and you tap the Llanowar elves. You get 2 mana. Then you activate Korean Ranger's ability, in which you return a forest in your hand, which is this card. This goes back to your hand, and you untap the Llanowar elves. Now, because you haven't played the land yet, this is your 1 land per turn. So you drop the forest, and then you tap the forest and the Llanowar elves again, and you get 4 mana off of one land. Okay, so with the 4 mana and with so many creatures, beefy creatures between 1 and 4, 1 to 4 mana, you could just drop and drop. You could play weenie greens. If you got just 1 mana, you could drop 4 at a time, or if you want to go stompy and play 3 or 4 manas with 3 3s or 4 4s, you could drop them with relative ease. But the key factor in this combination, though, is the Winter Orb. If you have the Winter Orb, basically, well, just to put it succinctly, each player can only untap 1 land at the start of their turn, basically in their untap phase. So in the untap phase, you untap everything, every single card, including your land. You untap. If you have 5 lands, you untap all 5 lands. Winter Orb restricts that. You can only untap 1 out of your 5 lands that you played. So when you have this combination, this 3-card combination, you're only relying on 1 card, 1 land card, and that's the forest. So while your opponent has 5 lands that they can only untap once per turn, you're generating 4 mana off of this 1 land per turn, and that's the idea of this deck. That's basically the concept of this deck, and it all boils down to what you feed into this combination, this 4-card combination, which you have plenty of room of. So you could go straight weenie and play 1/1 creatures that can just batter, or you could go stompy, because greens are known for having big hitters. You could drop them, just drop them out. So one of the 2 creature combinations that I learned back, I think this is Tempest. So when the Slivers came out, you know where I'm going with this if you're familiar with Tempest. Yeah, for green, Horn Sliver and Muscle Sliver. Now, one of the best 1/2 combinations among the slivers. And if you got these guys with this Elf Orb combo, yeah, just go straight for it. Go for it. So basically what the Muscle Sliver does is that it just says that all slivers get +1/+1. All slivers get +1/+1. Sorry, it's a little bit, yeah, the lighting is terrible. I'm sorry about the lighting. Let me fix this up here. Let's see. Let me check the lighting here. I'm flashing the cards up and y'all can't see. Here we go. How's that? There we go. So that's a little better. So here's the Horn Sliver and the Muscle Sliver. Okay. So what's crazy about these 2 slivers and the early slivers in Tempest, the Weatherlight set, is that they were very straightforward. They didn't have complex rules. So Muscle Sliver, it's just all slivers get +1/+1, which includes itself. So you basically dropping a 2/2 creature. And the Horn Sliver gives all slivers trample. You see how straightforward that is? So if you play Muscle Sliver and Horn Sliver with this, you basically having a whole bunch of tramplers that get +1/+1 per sliver. So if you have 4 Muscle Slivers, if I understand the count correctly, 4 slivers is +4/+4. So if you have all 4 slivers out with the Horn Slivers, you basically have pumped up. You basically pump up all your slivers at +4/+4. So now you have +5 Muscle Slivers with trample, and the Horn Slivers, which are also getting +4/+4. They are 2/2 creature. They become 6/6 with trample. I'm hoping I'm reading this right. You correct me if I'm wrong. But now you got these this horde of 2 slivers with trample, pumped up with trample coming at you. So this was another combination that was taught for this. So then everything was just a matter of tweakage along the way. Overrun was the cap. Don't tell me I gotta restart the stream. Oh, good. Okay. Alright. Oh, looks like the chat is disabled. Great. Just great. Well, it had some kind of crazy power surge. The whole lighting went down and blinked, and my internet connection went off. Oh, man. Great. It just really messed everything up. I had some good momentum going here. Alright, well, let me just check. I'm just checking a few things out. It's a good thing this was wow, talking about weird twists of fate, that I chose to make this a hangout stream rather than Splatterbomb Lounge. That would have been a nightmare if this had happened while I was in mid-game. Man, that's crazy. Let me just double check. Yeah, one more time. Let me just double check one more time. Just want to make sure. Because, Yep. Okay. I'm kind of blind here because I don't have the playback up. The playback's not up. Okay. So. Dang. Alright. Well, alright. I'm back. I'm at, it looks like I'm at full strength. Everything is good. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be doing Street Fighter for a bit. Definitely for a bit. But yeah, I was talking about my deck. Man, we want to talk about destroy momentum. So yeah, another key card that you want. So to get back to the deck, it's Elf Orb. Okay, it's an Elf Orb deck. You use Long Elves, Winter Orb, and Korean Ranger in your combination. Okay. Now to go with this, I went with the slivers, muscle sliver and horn sliver, and which is another combination that was taught to me. And so I threw in Overrun. Overrun is another one that's added. Now, even though it's 5 mana, What it does is it sort of acts like a finisher. So I only have 2 copies of Overrun, so as to not get stuck with a dead hand, not clutter up the hand. But basically what it does is all creatures you control get +3/+3 and gain trample until end of turn. So when you're ready to finish off your opponent and you got your army of slivers or whatnot, you drop this. And I was saying is that this isn't that big of a problem because in the early outset, you're dealing with card drawing, slow card drawing. So you will be dropping forest before your combination could end up happening. I got something that rectifies that. But you play Overrun. You put in a pair of Overrun to finish your opponent off with. So again, with the if you get all 8 sliver cards out, the 4 muscle slivers and the 4 horn slivers, and then followed up with Overrun, your opponent just really doesn't stand a chance. So to deal with the card drawing issue of getting the Ranger, the Llanowar Elf, and the Winter Orb out, I decided to throw in Elfish Visionary. I never even knew I had this card. That's because it's from Magic 10, I guess 10th anniversary or something. But as you can see here, I got the Elvish Visionary. Easy 1/1 drop. It's a 1/1 creature, and what the Visionary does is when it enters the battlefield, you draw a card. And I was like, yeah, this is an obvious card for this deck. So that way I can speed up the card draw. It's not, 1/1 may not be to die for, and drawing a card. Drawing a card is very powerful in Magic the Gathering. And this was and for such an easy drop, even though the character is 1/1, it's the fact that I could draw a card. It helps me speed through a lot faster. It's pretty obvious for a deck like this. You want to get to your combination as quickly as possible, and you want to thin that deck out very fast, very very fast. Another staple for this deck is Giant Growth, hands down. It's only a 1 cost, one green mana, and what it does is target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn, +3/+3 until end of turn. That's a great way to play defense or go offense. It allows you to be flexible that way. I think this was from, I don't know if this was from Urza. I'm not sure what set this one is from. Maybe you can post up in the comments section. But I got my hands on Rancor. Rancor was a pretty awesome card here. It's an enchant creature. And what it does is enchanted creature gets +2/+0 and trample. Plus, it has an added effect where when Rancor is put into a graveyard from play, it's returned to the owner's hand. So for 1 mana, you drop and you have a +2/+0 creature. So if you were to drop that on Muscle Sliver, who's already 2/2 from its own effect, it becomes a 4/2 trampler right on the outset. Right out on the outset. And when this goes to the graveyard, it goes right back to your hand. So you're never gonna lose this card. So I popped in 3 of these. I got 3 of these. Just for a little bit on the card draw, but I know that once I get 1 out, I'll never lose it again. Forever. So it's a pretty good card. I don't know if I wouldn't say 2. I put 3 in for card drawing purposes, just so I could get to it. I only need to drop it on one character. So another one that I threw in, and for my deck personally, is always going to be in this deck, and that is the Script Sprites. Script Sprites is just 1 mana. They're a 1/1 creature, but it has flying. Flying is very rare among the forest. They're very rare among the forest. Blue is usually the top dog. Well, I wouldn't say usually. Blue is the top dog when it comes to flying creatures, and green counters it with the you can block creatures with flying ability. I think it's got a new ability, a keyword now. I can't remember. Oh yeah. It said reach. It was in one of the new cards that I got. It said reach. So blocking creatures with flying is now called reach. So unless the player has that, I don't see any reason not to have Script Sprites. I feel like Script Sprites should be a recommended card in many green decks, because you don't get a 1-drop 1/1 flyer. It's a flyer. You know what I'm saying? If you want that real expediency, it may be chip damage, 1 damage at a time, but it's damage that could put pressure on your opponent. Trust me, every point. The thing that I learned about Magic is that every point counts, even if it's just one hit of damage. You have to be pretty foolish to dismiss that as nothing, unless a player is playing health from white, the plains cards. So now I have one more slot, and basically it's like a wild card slot for me. I could put anything in it, but I decided to go with the Lowland Basilisk. I went with the Lowland Basilisk. This is from Stronghold, I believe. This is from the Stronghold set. What it does is whenever Lowland Basilisk damages any creature, destroy that creature at end of combat. I was looking for a flexible creature, from my card set, from my card list, that I could play both offensively and defensively. I tried the Bear Claw. What was it? The RuneScape Bear? I forgot the name. Well, I tried bears, I tried elephants, I tried tigers. But ultimately, in the end, I found that the Lowland Basilisk, for 3, it's a 1/3 creature, so it's got 3 toughness, which is great. It can really take out a lot of small creatures. It can absorb small creatures, but the fact that just 1 damage to any creature will wipe it out, get rid of it at the end of combat, regardless of what happens to the Lowland Basilisk, is a great thing. It's a good field clearer. I like that. So I threw 3 of these in. I didn't want to get stuck with a bunch of 3 mana monsters. But it's very flexible. But what I like about it is that it is flexible. I could play this offensively or defensively. I could put the pressure on my opponent. Like, let's say, force my opponent to decision making. Just drop a Rancor on this. Just drop Rancor on Lowland Basilisk. You got a 3/3 trampler that can destroy a creature in combat. You can't go anything wrong. Or if you want to go defense, drop Giant Growth and it becomes a 4/6 creature. Especially if a heavy hitter's coming your way, you could wipe out that heavy hitter. Like if it's a 9/9, your opponent wants to pump up that Shivan. Well, no, Shivan Dragon won't work. It's flying. But the point is that the Lowland Basilisk gives me what I need, and that's that flexible offense-defense measure. See, because like the Slivers and the Script Sprites are always going to be high offense. They're always going to be high offense. The Elvish Visionary is just going to be cannon fodder, just block, sacrifice, because I only need it for card drawing. So I needed a monster, I needed a creature that I could be able to play both offensively and defensively, and Lowland Basilisk was the way to go. I'm not sure if I really need to play 4. I got 4 of them, so I don't know if I need 4 or 3, but I decided to stick with 3 for now because I kind of filled out. I mean, obviously I could drop 1 Rancor. I could always drop 1 Rancor and put in a 4th Lowland Basilisk, but I feel like I need 3 Rancors just for that card drawing. I don't know. I would have to play the deck out. I'm not sure how. I don't know. I don't have any place to play Magic at. Okay, my microphone is fine. I hope good. The search didn't do anything to my microphone. But yeah, that's pretty much my Elf Orb Stompy deck. I do have an alternative set of cards, and they all come. What was the name of that set? Well, they all have what is it? Threshold. They all have Threshold, where if you have at least 7 cards in your graveyard, they get additional. And I also have Madness. So I got like the what was that? The Basking Root Walla with Wild Mongrel, Crows and Bees. I got those kind of characters. I could always switch them out with Thresholders, where they would be extremely fast. Nimble Mongoose is another one. Very, very fast and quickly to pump up creatures. But that's my Magic deck there. This is my favorite deck. My favorite deck and my go-to deck. I do have other Magic decks. I got especially the Bird deck, which is pretty crazy. But if you want to say what I main, yeah, that's my main. I'm not sure if I'll be able to play because there's so many Magic cards now. So many crazy sets here. So this here, just to close this out, this is Yu-Gi-Oh. This is my Yu-Gi-Oh deck. This is my favorite deck. Another one of my favorite deck. It's straight wind type. When I figured out how wind worked, I fell in love with it because wind loves to send trap and spell cards back to the player's hands. A lot of bounce back. and they had and they basically all had a very easy pattern. When I noticed the commonality with the cards, and I tried my best to pair them up with spell cards that can provide support within the realm. I've won a few games, I lost a few games, but it's pretty quirky. I love it. I love to bring this out. The creatures are are pretty crazy. I was very fortunate to get this one particular creature, which I'll show. Let me just line this all up so I can. There we go. That's much better. I haven't played this one again the same amount of years. I haven't played this like 2008. I haven't played trading card games in any kind of trading card game actually in years, over 10 years. Was it 12? 12 years. So the way my Windex anyway, the way that my wind deck work is that I bounce up your trap cards and spell cards. I lock you down. The trick is that I lock you down, then bounce lock your spell traps and spells and traps, and then I bounce them back up to your hand. So basically, I delay you. Basically, it's like a delay. I delay you from playing your spells and traps, and I use my wind cards that work around traps and spells. And come in and punch you freely. So you'll never get a chance to activate a trap card, or your spell cards have to wait a whole turn to be played, to be fully played. So the key factor is anti-spell fragrance. This is the key card here. What anti-spell fragrance is what is it? A continuous card, if I remember correctly. And what it is that as long as this card remains face up on the field, both players must first set spell cards when they use them and cannot activate them until their next turn. That's one of the crucial things. But I built this whole deck around this fact here. So basically, every time you play spell card, you and I play spell card. We have to play it face down, and we gotta wait one whole turn to flip it back up. No different than a trap card. You play a trap card face down, you gotta wait a whole turn. I don't know if that changed though. Like I said, I've been out of it, but that's the way I played it. But that's the way it was played back then. So basically, they're all wind types, and one of the things that let me go through the creatures here. So now that you know that anti-spell fragrance is the key card to make this work, which I lock down your spells. I now go to town with the wind types. So let me start with let me tell you something. I really wish that Konami had followed through with the Goemon, with the Mystical Ninja Goemon theme, because I have two of the characters from the Mystical Ninja series in this deck here, and that is Lady Ninja Yae and Goemon, also known as Goe the Gallant Ninja. I don't know why they named him that. I guess it's a trademark issue. I can understand. It's just weird calling him Goe the Gallant Ninja. It's Goemon. Okay, it's the Mystical Ninja himself. So, Lady Ninja Yae, which is Goemon's friend. The other one is Sasuke, which is also in there. I wish they had a Bisamaru. I don't know if a Bisamaru got put in there. Unfortunately, I can't play Sasuke because he doesn't fit in the deck in terms of the way it's supposed to operate. But he's a flip card, if I recall correctly. But there's also multiple types of Sasukes. But Lady Ninja Yae, what it is that I discard one wind monster from my hand to the graveyard and return all spell and trap cards on my opponent's side of the field to their hand. So with anti-spell fragrance, you're putting your cards face down. You can't activate them. So here's Lady Ninja Yae. I discard a quick wind card, and now all of your traps and spells are back in your hand, and you got to start all over again. You got to put them face down. You got to wait another turn. In the meantime, I have an open field, unless you have your monsters, of course. But the thing is that I don't have any threats from traps and spells to worry about, and I could be able to hit you. I could hit you with that. Okay, so Goemon His effect is when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent while they have 5 or more cards in their hand, discard 2 random cards from their hand. So imagine what happens when Lady Ninja Yae bounces the card back to your hand, bounces all those spell cards. Now you got more than 5 cards in your hand, and now I hit you for 15 with 1500. So now I get to discard 2 of those cards and hurt you there. Now you're probably saying 1500. Now of course wind types are very low on numbers, which is true. And that's primarily because what I figured out, and I'm sure with the current sets it's probably more help now. But back then, 10 years ago, I was relying on Rising Air Currents. And what Rising Air Currents does is it increases the attack of all wind monsters by 500 points and decreases their defense by 400 points. I don't care much for the defense points. It's the 500 that I was interested in. So what ends up happening is that if Goemon is out there, he's a 1500 attack. He'll become 2000 attack. So that makes it easy for me to hit monsters and get some modicum of damage going. So the next card that I added is Princess of Tsurugi. She's wind type. She's a flip monster, and her flip effect is that it inflicts 500 points of direct damage to your opponent's life points for each magic and trap card your opponent has on the field. So again, anti-spell fragrance. You're locked down. You're playing all your cards face down. Your one-shot cards are not getting activated and going to the discard pile. So now I flip the princess up. I hit you for 500 damage for each of those. So so that's some quick damage going there. And it doesn't matter if she sticks around or not. If she sticks around or not, her whole entire purpose is to take advantage of anti-spell fragrance and whack you. Sonic Shooter is the next monster. Again, he's a 1300. He becomes 1800 with the Rising Air Current. His effect is if there are no cards in your opponent's spell and trap zone, this card can attack your opponent's life points directly. When it does, any battle damage this card inflicts to your opponent's life points becomes the original attack of this card. So, yeah, that's a weird way that they phrased it. I didn't even realize it, but it was explained to me. But basically, he just does 1300 damage. I don't know why they should have just said deals the original attack damage rather than all that wordiness. But basically, the way that works is I got Lady Ninja Yae. I bounce your card, bounce all your trap cards right back to your hand thanks to anti-spell fragrance. And instead of having to attack your monsters, I just hit you for 1300 directly. And that's if I don't follow it up with, and that's if I don't precede that with Princess of Tsurugi. So flip Princess of Tsurugi, dish out all that damage for having direct damage for all the magic and spell cards, bounce your spell and trap cards back to your hand. Sonic Shooter you for 1300. Now another one that I got to help out is Tornado Bird. Here we go, Tornado Bird. And what Tornado Bird does. And what Tornado Bird does, man, I'm real mad that the chat is disabled. I apologize for that. Tornado Bird, what it does is you flip it. When it's flipped, you return 2 magic or trap cards on the field to the hands of their owner. So this is a good quickie. Like Princess, it's a good support for Lady Ninja Yae. If I don't have Yae out, I got Tornado Bird and I could bounce cards up. And I don't have to sack a wind monster for it. But and the good thing about Tornado Bird is that's 1100, so it becomes a 1600 monster with the help of Rising Air Currents. Now, going to the more beefier side, I got Swift Birdman Joe. Okay, got Swift Birdman Joe, and I do have to give up a creature, of course, to play it. But it says here, if you tribute summon this card by attributing a wind monster, which I have plenty of, return all spell and trap cards on the field to the owner's hands. So again, this backs up if I don't have Lady Ninja Yae, I can summon Swift Birdman Joe and bounce the monsters back. And he's a 2300 creature, which means he becomes 2800 with the Rising Air Current. So that's beefy damage coming your way. And finally, I have the one that was like a big surprise that I was able to score getting, which was the last. I think this was the last card I ever got in Yu-Gi-Oh before I stopped playing the game. And that's Ryza the Storm Monarch. I don't know how many cards I'm allowed to have. I put 2 in the last time I checked. I don't know today if it's still limited to 2 or 1. But basically, Rise of the Storm Monarch is when this card is tribute summoned, return 1 card on the field to the top of its owner's deck. It may not seem like much compared to, say, Swift Birdman Joe, but it's any card. That's the key factor. It's that it's any card. So if you went out of your way to drop a big-time monster, or say you're playing an Exodia deck, just bounce one of those cards back right into your deck and make you restart over. And it's a 2400 monster, which means it becomes 2900. Big, beefy, hitting monster. Ooh, sorry about that. So yeah, it's a pretty effective card. So basically, it's all about bouncing those magic and trap cards and just keeping you from locking it down and keeping you from playing it. So what about the support? So I got spells and magic. So you already saw Anti-Spell Fragrance and Rising Air Current. So what I got here is Vengeful Bog Spirit. I hope you can see that. All monsters on the field cannot attack in the same turn that they are summoned, which includes flip and special summon. So basically, it's summoning sickness. I give you summoning sickness. We both get summoning sickness. I basically turn this into Magic the Gathering. That coupled with Anti-Spell Fragrance, I turn it into Magic the Gathering at an extreme level, and that's pretty effective. Because remember, I only need to activate the effects to get everything. But again, it's also slow you down. You gotta wait a whole turn. I too have to wait a whole turn. But the point is that the lockdown, make it hard for you to execute anything, unless you're playing Exodia. Now another card that I added in is Back to Square One. It's an unusual card, but what it does is I discard 1 card from my hand and return 1 monster on the field to the top of the owner's deck. So it's a good way to get rid of some of those summon monsters, especially those that were summoned by mass combinations. Very, very effective. I'm not sure. I'm assuming that specialized monsters, if I understand correctly, would go back to the special deck, the special summon deck for fusion monsters and such like that. And the next spell cards. The last of the spell cards is Spiritualism. And what Spiritualism does is I return 1 spell trap card on my opponent's side to their hand. And this card's activation effect cannot be negated by any other card. So this is effectively an unstoppable card. This is unstoppable. There's nothing you can do. You can't stop it. And I'll bounce your card back to your hand, again with Anti-Spell Fragrance, so you gotta start all over. I'm only playing 2 of these. I don't know if I got a third one. But I'm only playing 2 of these only because of I don't know why I'm not playing 3 of these. I should be playing 3 of these. Maybe I should drop Back to Square One. If I got a 3rd Spiritualism, I think I have a 3rd Spiritualism. If I do, then I should definitely drop Back to Square One in favor of Spiritualism. Because the monsters are not really the big problem. It's the spells and trap cards that I find to be the big problem. Okay, now the trap cards, of course, was Anti-Spell Fragrance. Next one is Force Back. I got Force Back here, and what it is that it just negates the normal summon or flip summon of a monster and return the monster to its owner's hand. Straightforward, very simple, and I can stop those normal and flip summons from happening. Yep. So that's it just helps bounce the monster back, help clear it out. And the other one is, and the last trap card, the 3 trap cards, is Dark Bribe. Basically, I get to negate the activation and effect of an opponent's spell or trap card and destroy it, and then my opponent draws a card. So yeah, even though I'm giving my opponent a draw card, I don't have to sacrifice my cards. And yeah, his deck is my opponent's deck is thinning out, but keep in mind that I do have cards I got Goemon, saying where I can discard the card. And having more cards in your hand doesn't really help because you got to discard down. So it may there's benefits maybe, I don't know. All I know is that it doesn't have the negative effect of me discarding a card, and I'm already doing a lot of discards, so to speak, with a couple of these cards. Back to Square One, Lady Ninja Yai. I have to normal summoning Joe and Ryza. So I'm already got that going on, so I needed to minimize that. And not only that, but I could play at least I could get 3 of these in here, as opposed to Judgment and so on. The traditionals, the more traditional negation cards. So yeah, this is my win deck in a nutshell. I won some, I lost some. You know what I'm saying? It's a fun deck. I wouldn't take this to the tournament though. Most definitely not. I don't see this tournament worthy. It's just a nice, fun, casual deck to play. I mean, if you want to try it out and try it, see if you can win a tournament, go on ahead. But at this point now, there's so many cards at this point. This deck probably won't even be as efficient. I mean, it's probably powerful. I don't know. But there's a lot of wind. But I'm sure by now at this point there are so many wind types, wind type monsters with highly efficient, capabilities, the likes of which I've never seen. Probably missing out on. Probably like I'm missing out on that. Okay, so let me. I want to get this out of my way here. All right. Well, let me not hold up any further. Let's do this now before before another power surge happens again. I hope nothing happened to my poor Switch. That would stink if something happened to my poor Switch. Yeah, let me just lower this down a bit. Yeah. I'm a little disappointed with. I wouldn't say disappointed. I'm just a little saddened with my setup here. If you've seen my older videos, I was like this and looking up, so to speak. Well, because my TV, which I still have, this is a different TV, but I put it on the desk here because I wanted it on the desk because I knew it was going to be a lot more distant. But I was always up close and I was always looking up like this. But I had a whole different angle like this. I like this profile a little better. But because I have to look this way, you're kind of seeing, my side feature. And I put a little elevation here. At first it was leveled, so I was like this. But I want my head up like this because it makes it look like I'm looking at the game screen. I'll show you. There we go. All right. Expand that. Let me expand that. And where is... here's the Logitech. And here I am. I have no problem doing this. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? People want that production thing going. I'm on casual mode here. There we go. So now I look like this. I'm you know what I'm saying? You see how I'm looking? I look like I'm looking up at the screen. That's what I like about this setup here. But I'm a little disappointed though, because I liked it better when I was this direction and looking up. You know what I'm saying? Rather than from the side. Let me just move this up a little bit. All right. Let me turn on the audio. I hope it's not too loud. I really hope it's not too loud. I didn't really have time to check, and I have a weird feeling that if the game's probably loud. I apologize for that. Although I doubt I'm going to need to speak much. Here we go. Got my Mayflash Arcade Fight Stick F300. You're probably not wondering why the colors are a little different. That's because I did my first ever modding of a fight stick. I did a video on it. You can check that out here on this channel. There we go. So, yeah, there we go. All right. Let me just see here. So it's game time. Just do a little gaming, like maybe 45 minutes. Like I said, I could take care of the sleeving later. It's no different. Here we go. And of course, I got my Japanese snacks in the background here. I got some new snacks here, which I'm gonna save for the show, but for my Japanese show. For those of you who might be interested in a quick preview, I got these poripi peanuts. Poripi peanuts, straight from Hokkaido. From what I understand, these are Hokkaido snacks. They've been the supermarket I've been going to, specialty supermarket, which sells Japanese products. They have like they're in season, and they've been selling Hokkaido snacks. and other products. Ramen, Hokkaido ramen from Hokkaido, these little sweets and stuff like that. My favorite among them is the Tokibi Choco. The Tokibi Choco. But no, my big favorite snack, Japanese snack, is Himemaru. I discussed that on the show. But let me not waste too much time. Let's get in here and just have a little casual fun here for all of you to enjoy. So yeah, please, if you're here watching me playing Street Fighter, just comment below what you think of my playing. If it's too loud, please let me know in the comments. Like I said, I didn't have a chance to check the audio. I wasn't planning on doing this online. Here we go, arcade. But I just wanted to throw in at least one video game. So I don't have my usual setup for fighting games. This is just casualness. Let's see, got Street Fighter, Super Street Fighter, Alpha 2. I mean, the best one's really to play is Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Alpha 2, and I know people say, oh, Third Strike. I don't know. I don't like honestly, I'm not a big fan of the music in Alpha 3. I'm fine with the combat and such, but I don't know. Alpha 2 just seems more, I don't know, but more my kind of thing. But yeah, Alpha 3 canonically is what you gotta play if you want the story mode. Excuse me. And of course there's Third Strike. Maybe I'll jump into a couple of these. We'll see what happens. But like I said, this is just pure casualness. So, but yeah, that's me in a nutshell. This is me in a nutshell. Who I am, for the most part. Simplicity, I guess one could say. Yeah. I do welcome all of you. Please welcome. Don't hesitate to build a fandom out of my brands and products if you're interested. Please join. Subscribe, yeah. Please subscribe. You're invited. You're cordially invited to subscribe. Just select that subscribe button, RSVP in the comments section. Share your comments. Share those likes. Whenever I do a live stream, jump right on into the chat room. I'll explain that to you as I get started. So let me start with Super Turbo. Oh, no, that's not the button. Uh-oh. I forgot what the button is. I don't want to hit the wrong button. Eek. No, that's just the pause button. Oh, no. Ah, now you saw the secrets. Now you saw the secrets. I don't get it. Where's my start button? Oh. Is there... Oh. That's why. Is it because of this? Yeah. I had my dip switch changed. Alright. Let me start with T-Hawk. Yeah, so if any of you are watching the stream right now, I had a power surge and my connection shut down. And what ended up happening is that the stream froze up and shut down the chat. And honestly, got burned. So yeah, I had a power surge. I'm sorry, I was focused on this, but I had a power surge, and basically the stream shut down. Thankfully, it reconnected, but unfortunately, the chat got shut off. So if you're not chatting right now, that's what happened. And unfortunately, I don't know how to remedy this. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to pick a different fighter. What happened is that I'm using the square gate. It was the first time my first square gate was the fighting stick Hori. I didn't even know such things like that existed. Gates existed. I was used to the American circle gate, so I thought that was standard. I didn't know the standard in Japan was square gates, which is very weird because I never realized that when I was in Japan, when I visited Japan years ago. And then again, I wasn't really playing any of the fighting games, so I never even took notice of that. I never took notice of that. So, who do I want to go with? DJ. So I never noticed it at all. And so when I started playing on the Hori, my Hori Fighting Stick Mini, I didn't know about the square gate. I thought it was broken. I thought the whole thing was broken, and it freaked me out. I was like, "What's going on here? What's wrong with the gate?" And I had to look up online and figured out what had happened there. So now I had to learn the square gate, and I watched. Thankfully, there are plenty of tutorials explaining how square gates work and how to handle it and play it and everything. And so as you've seen in my roster run, my roster run videos, I've gotten used to it. Let me check my special moves here. Oh, okay. I only have to press one button. I always thought I had to press 3 buttons. But yeah, I got used to the square gate. The only thing is that I haven't practiced using the square gate with 360 rotation. So I don't know why I even picked T-Hawk for it. Well, I like T-Hawk. He's my favorite main in Super. You know what it is? I have this on the highest difficulty, don't I? Shoot, yeah. Let me see something. Oh yeah, quick game. I think I got this on ridiculously high, don't I? No, it's 3. Shame on me. It's on difficulty 3. Shame on me. And I have the game speed at 2. Which is weird because it says 1. Okay. Put it at 4? No. No, I'll keep it at 2. That's fine. That's weird. I have it on 3. Well, shame on me for stinking. Well, I'll play DJ. Oh, this is a tough one. I'll stick to DJ. USSR. Yeah, you see Speed Turbo 1, but I have it on 2. And it plays like it's 2. May as well, if you can spam it. There we go. Oh man, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the sticks. Yeah. Yeah, Square Gate. That was like the first time I ever experienced Square Gate, and it was just mind-blowing. It was just so mind-blowing to me, learning that. Ah, done. Oh, no. Now I'm done. But it was really cool doing a mod on the fight stick. It was a great experience. Hey. There we go. Max out. I don't think I'll be able to. Well, I did pull off a 360, but it's so hard to pull off. I don't think I'm gonna ever play grapplers like T-Hawk again with this stick. maybe when in the American arcades, here in the U.S. I would totally. Oh, he returned the favor. Dang. I gotta figure out the anti-air here. I completely forgot what I was talking about initially. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about the live streams, wasn't I? So, that's okay. So, as I was talking about earlier in the stream, yeah, there's a lot of people who do couch gaming, which is normal, you know what I'm saying? But they have charisma. Many of them have charisma, and that's why they're able to, get the views they're looking for. But the thing is that I don't feel like I have charisma. I don't know. I mean, personally, I don't feel like I have charisma. And so, the reason why I decided to go the way I did with Splatterbomb Lounge was to stand out. Was to try and stand out, put something a little different. So that's why I decided to voice my own Splatterbomb characters, to try to set myself apart from everybody. And what I was hoping for with the live stream, and I tried to do this, I tried to get in on Twitch, but I don't know. But Twitch is stubborn with their cap. And I'm on NSync, QuickSync, I mean. And basically, nice, just throw. So basically, I had to come here to YouTube because YouTube is a little bit more kind with QuickSync. And what I was hoping that I would do on Twitch was that I would voice my characters, and voicing as my characters, I would interact with the audience and try to get some audience participation, kind of thing. So it was kind of like, think of it as an extreme VTubing. Extreme VTubing. So instead of having, you're voicing your own VTuber, you're voicing 5 VTubing characters. If you want to put the equivalent to that. So that's what I was hoping to accomplish, and set myself apart from everybody. Have the characters banter with each other, and then banter with the chat room and so on. So that was the whole plan, but Twitch throttles, and YouTube is not Twitch, so to speak. It's not Twitch, so to speak. YouTube is more of a search engine than anything else, and they're constantly changing the algorithms and everything. So it makes it hard for people to know this place exists, unless I go on Twitter, which I've already had a long discussion about. Wow, this is level 3? This is ridiculous. But without Twitch, I don't have the advantage of Twitch, where I could draw in people, because Twitch doesn't like QuickSync for some reason, and that's disappointing. It's disappointing, just as disappointing that I'm reducing my game difficulty to 2. So, I'm missing out on really generating the viewers that I need, and being stuck here is ridiculous. So until I could get myself a new computer, excuse me, I'm sorry about that. So until I could get myself a new computer where I can be able to, use the proper have the NVIDIA, the graphics cards and such that can satisfy Twitch. I'm kind of stuck here. And yeah, that's the disappointment that I'm having right now, because I really wanna, be on on Twitch. That's where I feel like. And not only that, but there's some fighting games that I want to play. It's like Street Fighter 5 and Guilty Gear Strive. And I need that, and I need a computer that can handle that. So yeah, that's why I'm stuck here. And unfortunately, nobody knows I exist. And without being able to, with the algorithms the way they are, you know, I can't, you know, search engine just won't give me my break here. Ah, I needed that. Oh. No. I give it a try. I hope you all like me losing. I really don't care about winning and losing right now. I'm just you know, screwing around. That's why I'm playing characters I'm not accustomed to playing. But yeah, that's why I'm having a hard time with the live streams. With the live streams here. So without any way or anybody, you know, any way to communicate. Yeah, one of the things I never noticed about Sagai was that his tiger shots actually sound like tigers. I've never realized that. There we go. That's pretty cool. I never even knew that. Ooh. Oh. So hopefully one day I will be able to. Hopefully one day I'll get that gaming rig, and that'll and I do have a Steam account. I'll let you all know that I do have a Steam account. So I want to get in there. I also want to do Minecraft because I have Minecraft. So. So that's what I'm hoping for. Oh, that was dumb. So I could do some Minecraft, but as long as I have this weak computer, and the reason why the computer is weak is because this was never intended. Like I said earlier, this whole live stream was never intended to happen, doing YouTube videos of me playing games and such. You know, I just wanted the bare minimum so I could focus on game design and writing. So you know, that's why all of this is the way it is. I'll probably sound like a broken record at this point. Let me see here. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure everything was good. Jump again. Jump again. I got a foot here with your name on it. Hold on a second. What was this move again? Ah, yes, punch. I was hitting kick for some dumb reason. There we go. You know why? Because he starts off with the leg. That's why. I hope I'm not buffering either. Hold on a second. There we go. Let me just do that. Ah. Yeah, that was on me because I was checking stuff here. Yeah, I was watching those tool assisted speed runs. Oh man, talk about insane. It's so interesting to see. Like, I was watching Zangief, and he just jumps up, headbutts, and suddenly goes dizzy. I'm like, what? What kind of attack is that causes that? In fact, is that even possible? I mean, I know it's a speed run, but a tool assisted speed run, so it's doing crazy stuff. But I'm just curious now. I need to figure this out. I want to see this. I need to see this. Yeah, see this. This triggers in that speed run. That triggered a a dizzy on just one hit. Unfortunately, I can't hit Phelan. But it was hilarious to see that. This. Alright, let me jump in on a different game here. Let's do some alpha. Let's watch that opening. Ah, come on. Goki. I don't know why they didn't keep the name Goki. Akuma Matata. There's my main right there. I wonder if I could be able to pull it off. I made Charlie because I was like the only person in my at my local arcade that knew how to pull off his super combo, and just basically thrash anybody. Damn. But that was with the circle gate. I'm doing this with the square gate, so I have no idea what's gonna happen. Let's just check a few things out, and let's start. Here we go. Charlie, turbo on. USA. They need to bring the map back. I don't know why they took the map out. I don't know. I feel like they need to bring the map back and the airplane. Well, they did bring the airplane back, but they followed the super turbo method. I like letting it fly over the world. It's just something about it that's so unique, and that goes all the way back to Alpha, to the first Street Fighter, having the plane flying out. Ooh, they should have brought him back, Sodom. They should have brought Sodom back. That's a disappointment. He should have been. I mean, it's great they brought Birdie back, but they should have brought Sodom back. Oh, I almost got it. Ah, come on. Oh, I didn't get it. Come on, am I supposed to hit 3 kicks or 1 kick? It's been only 1 kick, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm supposed to only hit 1 kick. Right. Charlie. I'm glad they renamed him Nash. They got his old name back in Street Fighter 5. Nash. That sounds more hardcore than Charlie. Again. I don't know. Do I have this on easy difficulty? Why am I beating these guys up too? Nah, you know what? I don't know. I still can't. Oh, he got around me. Oh well. Carry that over anyway. Try and see if I can pull us off of the square here. There we go. Dang it. Oh. Yeah. I know, I'm just trying to experiment. Aha. Guile style. Nope. There we go. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It's too bad they don't have a versus mode, so to speak. Like in most homes. Got me. Dang. Like in most versus modes, you know, most of the home console versions, it's direct from the arcade. Because the number of roster runs I could have done with this game. You know, with all these Street Fighter games. Got him. Nope. Dang. Yeah, that's the problem. I have to wait like 3 seconds. That's a long charge to wait. Dan. Dan's the man. Hong Kong. Hong Kong. Yeah, that's what you get. Yeah, just keep doing that. Trolling me. There we go. Try not to jump too much. Jumping is bad. You gotta try and hold on to that footsie game here. Try to do the neutral. Dispatch. I hope all of this is fine when the stream ends. Like all of this, this half that got separated. I'm hoping it'll be fine. Here's Rose. I don't know what setting I have this on. It feels a lot different from Super Street Fighter. Thanks, Soul Spark. Oh. Oh, she's getting them crossovers. There we go. Doing them cross-ups. Ooh. Ah. Dang it. I can't get it. I know I'm slapping this too hard, which is not very good. You can hear me slamming it real hard. Got her. There we go. Better than nothing. Next fight. India. I can go. Should have punched. The two characters I never expected to see get expanded on in the Street Fighter series is Dalsim and Zangief. And I think it's because they're such slow, bulky characters. I couldn't really see them like in a game like Alpha, but they fit very well. They fit very well in the whole Street Fighter scheme of things. It's just that the way Alpha was presented in the first game. Oh. Oh, nice. Oh. I think I just couldn't picture them with this anime look. This type of anime look. I was used to seeing them in Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, and the way they looked. Oh. Dang it. Ah, I can't. Oh. Dang. I should have put a little more effort here. Winner. Yeah, I'll continue from here. Yeah, see, Turbo's on, but it doesn't feel like it's Turbo. Yeah. Dalsim. Yoga. Oh. Let's get a little aggressive here. Dang it, him and that yoga fire. Ah. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Ha! I returned the throw. Got him. Oh! Didn't get that second hit there. Got him. Oh. Oh, I screwed up. He thinks he's got an answer for everything. Well, he is Dalsim. Got him. Get you. Oh, he got over that so easily. I don't know how I feel about Nash in 5 because he doesn't have. There we go. Done. I don't know how I feel about Nash because he doesn't have. His moveset's a little weird. It's not like in Alpha. He doesn't. Well, I mean, he has the Sonic Boom, but his flash kick doesn't feel like a flash kick. And he doesn't have the super flash kick. He's got that cinematic where he goes. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. Because I really would have loved to have main Charlie. Oh. Oof, wow, at least I tagged him. Oh, I was afraid of that. Dang. I went straight into heavy instead of going into medium. Dang, he even hit. I can't believe he connected on that. Alright, I just gotta fend him off. Got him. Slow Sonic Boom. I'll have to spam it. Oh. Dang it. He's not falling for it. Dang it. I'm done. England. That's me. Yawn. Got him. Dang. Woo, boy, can he cover the screen? I screwed that up. I was trying to super combo here. I should have just focused on damaging. Okay. Done. I'll take it. Saga. Thailand.
Round one, fight!
Ow. Oh, that would have been sweet. Oh. He's like, let me think. How should I mock you? Ugh. Dang it. He's just spamming it at this point. Man. Thailand. Excuse me. Dang it. Ah. There we go. Oh. Alright. Back fist. Oh, come on. Right into it. Oh. Back off. I'm a scientist. Oh, I should have. Alright. I still got one more round. One more round. Are you serious? Come on. No. Oh. I wasn't further in. Got him. Woo. Venezuela. Wow, I didn't know Venezuela got used here. Dang, when are they gonna put Puerto Rico? Lord Bison, commander of Shadowloo, you are under arrest. Bio's army. I order you to surrender now. Our helicopter is arriving in 5 minutes. Interesting. That will be the last 5 minutes of your life. Oh. Got him. Oh. Ah, come on. Oh. He laughs at me. Oh. Saw that coming. Oh. No. That kick. You're very fool to challenge me. Venezuela. Okay, I'm not going through all this. Let's finish this off. Dang it, stop Street Fighter 2 the animated movie me and start fighting. Like that. Ah. Oh. Ah. Oh, come on. Gimme. Oh. Okay, I still got meter. Whew. Oh. Got him. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Got the noose. Oh. Oh, nice. Oh. Give it to me. 1, 2, 3. Ah. Not enough, not enough. Oh. Got him. Woo! Kicked him in the face. Give up. Tell me everything you know. What's your connection to the army brass? Who put you up to this? Talk. What the? Oh. Why? Ah. Commander Bison, should we send a recon unit? No. No one will know he survived the fall. Even if he is alive, he won't be back. Now he knows the price everyone has to pay. Or something like that. Of course! I gotta try again. Why is it a game over? I beat you. Oh well, I got a bad ending? Is that what you're saying? Alright. Let's quit that. Alright. A little bit of third strike. I'm not gonna try and beat this. I'm just gonna play my favorite character. That's fine. Just want to play a little bit of my favorite character. And then call it a day. There you go. Where's my character? There she is. sure how to do this. Russia. Tonya! Oh, that's not. Get over here. Where you at? Got him. Ah. Oh. Get back there. Dang it. I don't know, I'm just trying to... There we go. Bam! Right in the nuts. Oh, I don't get the nuts. That was the funny thing about Street Fighter 4. He gets you in the nuts. Like drilling you right in the nuts. What was that? Dumb and Dumber. Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey, like, drumming the guy, like, in his fantasy. Front. Yeah, Capcom needs to do, like, the ultimate Street Fighter. Just bring all the fighters back. All of them. Every single one of them. Got him. Yeah, I'm just gonna see how far I go. I'm not looking to beat this game. So once I get the first loss, I'll bid this show adieu. Not Guile over here. I was too slow there. Got him. Walked right into it. Ho ho ho. Rather me get knocked out. Ho ho ho. Let's see. England. It's gonna be a tough one. He's fast. Just spam it. That little mat punch. Flurry. Well, anyway, I kept myself in the corner there. Oh. Oh, got him. Oh. There we go. Oh.
Prepare to strike now.
Ooh. Oh. Oh, there we go. I asked for that.
Final round. Go. Let's go.
Dang it. I'm gonna lose this, aren't I? Uh-huh. I know that they, I know that the taunts actually bolster up, get special boosts here. Got him. Yeah, at least got him out of the way. Man, best girl right there, Makoto. Bonus stage. Oh no, that's here comes a new challenger. Just kick right into that. This is road rage. Road rage. Pure road rage. This is what people want to do when they're angry at the drivers. Brazil.
Prepare to strike now.
Grenade! Ah. Dang. Oh. I like how much effort he puts into that Shoryuken. He's like, you gotta look at, if you look at his animation, it's like he's struggling. Oh, he didn't like that I did this, huh? There, that's how it feels like. Dang it. Do that again. Do that again. Got him. Bam. Oh, came in with the headbutt, huh? Here is my headbutt. Oh, sorry, that was a. There we go. Just need that opening. Hey, doing good so far.
You win.
Russia. Let's get it out.
Prepare to strike now.
Whoa. Oh. Whoa, there. Whoa there. Pause that for a second. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Nah, I got... this thing almost fell over. I don't know why that missed. There we go. Got him. Got him. Woo! Just falls next to him. Germany. Yeah, I'm taking on Hugo. He's gonna beat me. I would prefer the Ibuki because they have that nice, awesome opening, but this is okay. I want to take the big guy on here. Oof. Oh man. Dang. He's jumping a lot. Oh, block that. Ow. No. You know what? I should have chopped him in the back of the head. There we go. I should have chopped him in the back of the head. Gone EX that. That would have been awesome. Ah, he final fight me. Oh. Oh, he got me. Yeah, he got me. Right in the nuts. Oh, he got that. Push back. Oh, no. Oh, look at that. Oh, okay. It's gonna. Bam! There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Dang! Got that drop kick. Oh, well, that was a good run. No, that was a good try. That was a good try. I made it pretty far. I wonder what level I was at. Anyway. Alright, so that's pretty much it, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me on what was a very disruptive stream. Mad that surge happened. So I'm hoping all of this I really hope that all of this turned out fine. So thank you all for joining me. I'll catch you all thank you all. Well, that's all I got to say. I really do have nothing else to say. So I wish you all a good night, buenas noches, and oyasumi nasai.